Welcome back to the Hofstra Dynasty, as today Mike Francesa and the Hofstra Pride head on the road to southern Mississippi to try to get their first road win of the Dynasty. Coming off of back-to-back road wins against Power 4 teams Georgia Tech and Rutgers, Hofstra and Mike Francesa are feeling good about what this team is capable of. However, in the fourth quarter of last week's game against Rutgers, Hofstra lost their starting quarterback Tyler Olsen to an injury as he broke his foot getting tackled on a quarterback blast run. Olsen will be out for the next 4 weeks, and today Hofstra will see what life is like as they have to start their first game without their starting quarterback. The backup in line to start today is David Depol, number 14. Not quite the level of experience of Tyler Olsen and not quite the mobility either. Let's see how Mike Francesa tailors this offense to the skill set of his backup quarterback. This will be a real challenge for Hofstra, as their first road test that they played at full strength in the opener at West Virginia did not go well at all, as they lost 35-3. Now, David Depol did play the fourth quarter last week, and it was a bit of an up-and-down affair as he threw a pick-6 late in the fourth quarter that gave Rutgers a temporary lead when Hofstra was leading and trying to run out the clock. But then he bounced back on the next drive with a long touchdown pass to Scooter Page that put Hofstra in front for good. But we will see Southern Miss's offense first today, as they are led by the Florida State transfer Tate Rodemaker. Some of you may remember Rodemaker as the quarterback who stepped in for Florida State last year after Jordan Travis got injured and led them to a victory over the Florida Gators before he himself got injured ahead of the ACC championship game. And the Hofstra defense has been playing quite well, as linebacker Bubba Van Claiborne had a crucial pick-6 last week that helped them to their win over Rutgers. And now on first down, Rodemaker, hanging in the pocket, had nobody open, had plenty of time to throw, but he couldn't find anybody, getting sacked for a huge loss. That'll make it 2nd and 24 for Southern Miss after a huge sack there. That's Chase Freeman, the middle linebacker, getting in there for Hofstra. They don't send him on blitzes a lot, but when they do, he has been pretty effective this year. Now on 2nd and 24, Rodemaker lines up in the shotgun. Definitely not the start that Southern Miss wanted. Hofstra comes out in the 3-3-5 stack, and Rodemaker finds an open man on a corner route. Looks like maybe a bit of a coverage bust there for Hofstra as they leave the guy alone. And that'll be a huge unlikely conversion for Southern Miss as they get out to the 49-yard line with that one. Now Rodemaker back out in the shotgun. He's got two receivers to his right along with a tight end. They swing a running back that way and throw a screen pass out to him. And Hofstra reacts pretty well. Chase Freeman getting over there to make the tackle for a gain of just 3 yards. Now on 2nd down and 7, Southern Miss coming back. They hand this one off to the left side, and the defensive end, I think that's Kobe Garland, number 12, is able to meet the running back in the backfield for a loss of 5 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 12 for Southern Miss. Rodemaker drops back, surveys the field, doesn't see anybody open, and throws this one out of bounds. So it'll be 4th and 12 for Southern Miss. They will have to punt here on their first drive. So bit of an up and down first drive for Southern Miss. They have the big negative play, then they get the improbable conversion, but then they stall out again. And that will bring out David Depol, the quarterback for Hofstra here. Now Francesa did tell us that if Depol struggles, we could see third stringer Xavier Jarvis as well. Like we mentioned before, Depol's skill set is a little bit limited, and Jarvis brings more of that mobility similar to Tyler Olsen. But Depol looking deep on the first play of the game. He's got a wheel route down the sideline, and that ball is going to be knocked away. Threw that one into double coverage a little bit as the safety was able to get over, but CJ Peaks did have a step on the corner. Then they come back with a trap play on 2nd down, handoff in the middle, and they get just 2 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 8 down for Hofstra. On 3rd and 8, Depol's in the shotgun with trips to his right. He motions Scooter Page across the formation. Depol takes the snap and drops back, throws across the middle to his tight end, Scott McLawler, on a drag route, who's able to pick up the first down. Now it'll be 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Jet motion coming across, but they actually toss it to the left side to Strickland. And Strickland gets bottled up in the backfield. He gets tackled for a 2-yard loss. Now Depol comes out in the go-go formation with 2 running backs to his right. He keeps this one on a little run play, a little RPO read that they like to run. He gets 5 yards here, so we said he's not as mobile, but he will still tuck it and run sometimes. Now a bunch set to the left on 3rd down. Depol throws it out to McLawler. McLawler with the catch gets forward for a 1st down to the Southern Miss 45-yard line. That's where Hofstra will be set up with another 1st and 10. And then Depol throws the RPO out to Foreman, and Foreman is able to pick up a good 6 yards, keep them ahead of the chains here. Again in this bunch set, Depol tosses it out to Strickland, who has the play strung out a little bit, can't get wide as he's not the fastest guy, and is tackled for a no-yard gain. It will be 3rd and 4 now. They come out and they run the quarterback blast with Depol, and he fumbles, and Southern Miss picks it up. So like we said, not exactly his forte as they try to maybe run the same offense that they typically run, and it doesn't go well there. So Hofstra back on defense now after that turnover. Now Rodemaker in the shotgun. He's got his running back to his right and 4 guys out wide. They hand this off inside to the running back, who bounces it to the right side, breaks a tackle, and then is pushed out of bounds across the 50 at the 49-yard line of Hofstra. Now Rodemaker again in the shotgun, running back to his right, hands off on an outside zone looking run, sort of a sweep off the left side, but Hofstra is able to string it out for a 2-yard loss. Now it'll be 2nd and 12. Hofstra shifting towards the right, towards the strength of the formation. Southern Miss runs that way, but Hofstra has the numbers there to hold them to just a 3-yard gain. It will be 3rd down and 9. Now Rodemaker in an empty set on 3rd and 9. He drops back to pass, surveys the field, throws this one over the middle. He's got a man open, and that is going to be a big gain down to the 21-yard line. Tate Rodemaker hits another big throw, and this coverage so far for Hofstra has had a lot of holes in it. Now another 1st down as Southern Miss is marching towards the end zone. They hand this one off inside to number 20. He gets just 1 yard down to the 20-yard line. So Southern Miss now officially in the red zone as they come out with a tight end and 2 receivers to the right of Rodemaker, who hands this one off inside in that direction. And the running back's able to break a few tackles, get through for a 1st down before he's finally brought down. Now 1st and goal from the 8 after that impressive run for Southern Miss. They now come back with another run play off the left side, a little stretch play. They'll get just 2 yards there as Hofstra was able to rally to the football pretty well. Now on 2nd and goal, Rodemaker in the shotgun. He drops back, throws over the middle, and that will get them down to the 1-yard line as Hofstra's just able to keep the receiver out of the end zone there. And that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter as when we come back, Southern Miss is knocking on the door at the 1-yard line after 1 quarter of play. Hofstra struggling a little bit on offense, just 3.7 yards per play. Let's see if they can fix that going forward. Now 3rd and goal at the 1. Hofstra out in the 3-3-5 stack look. Southern Miss jet motions a receiver across, hands off to the running back going the other way, and Hofstra had nobody home as Southern Miss walks into the end zone easily for our 1st score of the game here in the 1st play of the 2nd quarter. The extra point is up, and it is good after that, and it is 7-0 Southern Mississippi over Hofstra here early in the 2nd quarter. All right, Southern Miss now kicking it back to Hofstra, who fields the kickoff inside the 5-yard line and runs out and gets tackled at the 19. That is where Hofstra will set up shop again. David Depol back out again. Hofstra goes trips to the boundary, throws this one underneath to Williamson on a drag route who gets 7 yards. Now again trips to the boundary and a pistol look. Depol goes play action and throws this one to the left side on a receiver coming across on a shallow crossing route, but that one is going to be incomplete, just a little inaccurate there. Now on 3rd and 3 here, Depol throws the bubble out to CJ Peaks, who makes a nice catch and run, spins out of a tackle, and gets up to the 43-yard line. That is where Hofstra will set up on a 1st and 10 now. They motion a tight end over to the left side, and they run that way on a stretch run, but the defensive end was able to get off a block and make a tackle for a loss there. That'll be -2 yards for Hofstra on 1st down. Now 2nd down and 12. And on 2nd and 12, Depol's got no time to throw, and he's going to get sacked for a 9-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 21 now. Hofstra digging themselves in a big hole here on this drive. On 3rd and 21, 5 wide look. Depol throws to the right side, and he gets 20 yards on a catch to CJ Peaks on a corner route and steps out of bounds. And Hofstra now has a chance to pick up a first down. But on 4th and 1, they hand it off to Strickland up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed. Tough break there as Hofstra's going to turn this one over on downs right around midfield. And then moving quickly, Rodemaker throws out a screen, and they get 10 yards for another first down as Southern Miss is already into Hofstra territory. Now a handoff to Zero, who gets 4 yards. Now it's 2nd and 6 as the clock approaches 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. A jet motion across, but it's a play action look, and Rodemaker has the defender right in his face, lucky to get rid of it, and it falls harmlessly to the turf there. 3rd and 6 for Southern Miss. Let's see if Hofstra can get off the field here. We got Freeman dropping back, but, oh man, 22 just getting absolutely cooked in coverage right there, as he is no match for that corner route, who just runs away from him and gets wide open for an easy touchdown. It's now 14-0 Southern Miss. Those are the kind of the plays on the back end that Francesa tells us he's afraid of, because these DBs are not particularly athletic. Coach Francesa has been working hard out on the recruiting trail because he knows the guys he's got on his roster are not going to take them to the promised land. Now Hofstra comes out in the flex bone, probably just trying to get something started here on offense. They toss the rocket toss out to Keontae Tyson, but he gets tackled for a one-yard loss in the backfield. Now an empty set, quads to the left, 4 receivers, 1 tight end. And Depol finds his man over the middle, but it is dropped by Scooter Page. Not a particularly accurate throw. A good throw, and he would have caught that on the run and probably still be going, but it's going to be 3rd and 11 instead. On 3rd and 11 now, 5 wide empty set. And it looked like Depol's man was going to come free on the post route over the middle, but he got hit as he threw, and that ball is going to get nowhere near his receiver. Lucky that wasn't intercepted as it falls harmlessly to the turf. And Hofstra punts this one back once again, and Southern Miss will set up at the 49-yard line right across midfield. And that is where Tate Rodemaker will go back to work here. Rodemaker hands this one off, and Freeman is unable to chase down the running back from behind before he gets to the edge and runs down the sideline all the way to the 13-yard line. That's a 36-yard gain on first down on the first play of the drive. And this Hofstra team is reeling right now. Nothing is going right for them. Rodemaker changing the play at the line. Motioning guys across. Barking out signals again. Now he takes the snap finally. He drops back. He throws over the middle, finds a receiver. That'll be a 6-yard gain down to the 6-yard line where it'll be 2nd and 4. Now on 2nd down and 4, Rodemaker again barking out signals, pointing at defenders. And again, he drops back to pass, throws over to the right side. He's got a man open who will pick up the first down to the 1-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5, where it'll be 1st and goal now for Southern Miss. Clock approaching 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Rodemaker hands off up the middle, and Zero is able to dive into the end zone, gets hit on his way in, but he holds onto the ball, and that will be a touchdown. The extra point is up and good, and Southern Miss now leads this one 21-0. With the way this one has started, Mike Francesa is going to take a look at his backup quarterback. Although only rated 59 overall, he does bring a higher level of speed and acceleration, a stronger arm slightly, and pretty comparable accuracy. So Hofstra decides to go in a different direction and put in quarterback Xavier Jarvis. David Depol just couldn't get it done thus far today. And honestly, I'm surprised it took him this long to make the change. Although Depol did play somewhat admirably for them in the 4th quarter. Like I said, it was up and down, but he did make the big throw to bring them back last week. But coming out here, Xavier Jarvis throws one out to Scooter Page on the bubble screen. He gets just 2 yards. Now they come back in a 5 wide look with Jarvis in the shotgun. Jarvis making audibles here, changes the play. Now he's changing some routes. Jarvis takes the snap, looks downfield. Again, had his man open on that post route, but just could not make an accurate throw, similar to Depol on the last drive. Except that one by Jarvis just wasn't even close. So on 3rd down, Hofstra comes back with the QB blast they like so much, where they get 4 yards. And now on 4th down, they're going to go for it with Jarvis. Coming out in a mesh look, Jarvis drops back, holds onto the ball a little too long, but eventually throws it over to Scooter Page, who makes a nice catch along the sideline for a first down that Hofstra needed desperately. Now Xavier Jarvis motions Strickland across and throws a swing screen out to him, but again, Strickland just too slow to get wide on this defense, and he's going to be tackled for a gain of nothing at the line of scrimmage. Now in a pony set with running backs on either side of him, Jarvis comes out and they run a triple option, and the pitch hits the ground and Strickland picks it up, and then they blow the play dead instead of letting him run for a little bit. So that's going nowhere. Now it's 3rd and 18 for Jarvis, and he's got Scooter Page open down the sideline, who makes a wonderful catch along the sideline at the 28-yard line. That'll be a huge first down, and all of a sudden Hofstra converts a 3rd and 18, and they are in business. Now Jarvis keeps it on a read option, tries to outrun the defenders, ends up losing 9 yards. So once again, they set themselves back immediately after a positive play. But they come back here in Bryles wide formation with the receivers lined up very wide. And he gets hit as he attempts to throw. That will fall incomplete. Now it's going to be 3rd and 19. Another ridiculous situation to try to convert here for Hofstra. In an empty set, Jarvis drops back, throws, and that ball is incomplete. Lucky that one wasn't intercepted, as here Hofstra is going to attempt a long 54-yard field goal. Anyone who's watched my videos knows my track record on these kicks, but we nailed this one, and then they roughed the kicker. I was tempted to decline this penalty just because that kick was so impressive, but we will take the first down because we are down 21 points. So now on 1st and 10 after the penalty, Jarvis comes out in the gun. They're going to run a Wake Forest slow mesh play. He's going to throw this one out to Scooter Page, and he loses a yard, getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now 28 seconds left, 2 timeouts for Hofstra. Now in the go-go formation, Jarvis has 2 running backs to his right. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to try to hit the crossing route over the middle to Page, and Page makes a wonderful catch there over the middle, gets down at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. 1st and goal for Jarvis now, 24 seconds on the clock. He brings his receiver in an orbit motion, throws a screen out to him. Foreman makes a nice spin move in space and walks into the end zone for a touchdown. Hofstra is finally on the board. That is a huge score just before the half to give them some hope, as they will get the ball to start the second half. Just 19 seconds here left in the first half. Let's see if Francesa could turn this one around. These are the moments where Francesa is going to have to earn his paycheck. Down multiple scores on the road, backup QB. Let's see what he's got here. And this defense is going to have to buckle down in the second half as well, which they have shown an ability to do before. As Hofstra kicks the extra point, it is up and it is good. As the kicker finally does make a kick that counts on that drive. Not as impressive as the one that didn't count. Hofstra kicks this ball back off. 19 seconds left in the first half. But a nice return there as Southern Miss gets out to the 28-yard line. Now 15 seconds left. Hofstra hoping that Southern Miss just runs out the first half. And they hand this one off on 1st down and pick up just 2 yards. Now with the clock winding down, they will probably get one more play off. They hand this off, and Zero breaks free down the right side as Hofstra does not tackle. And eventually Nico Solomon, the hero of this defense thus far this year, is able to make the stop and bring us to halftime. But that was a bit of a close call there. So as we hit halftime, it's 21-7 Southern Miss. A disappointing start thus far for Mike Francesa and his boys, as they give up 3 touchdowns in the first half and are only able to muster 1 of their own. David Depol was eventually pulled late in the first half after being ineffective, and looks like Xavier Jarvis will be the guy going forward in the second half for the Hofstra Pride. I think it's fair to say the offense received a bit of a spark when Jarvis came in, as his unique skill set, I think, enables Mike Francesa to scheme up some cheap offense a little bit easier than Depol's does, because Depol doesn't move around that well. Neither of them are particularly good passers, so I figure you might as well go with the guy who can run around a little bit. Never played with a 59 overall quarterback before, and there's definitely moments where you notice it on some of these throws. But they start the second half with a triple option look here to Strickland who ends up with the pitch, but they lose 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 14. Now on 2nd and 14, Xavier Jarvis throws out the bubble screen to CJ Peaks, and he picks up just 3 yards. It'll be a 3rd and long here, 3rd and 11 on their first drive here of the second half. Let's see if Xavier Jarvis can make a play. Jarvis takes the snap and drops back, tries to hit a guy over the middle, and Peaks does make a diving catch over the middle with the defender all over him. Peaks is able to make a great grab there, diving over the middle for a 1st down. And on that 1st down, a handoff to Strickland picks up just 2 yards. Now Hofstra will go to the tackle over formation with their left tackle lined up on the right side. They toss it on a jet sweep to Foreman, who was able to get the edge and pick up 6 yards, make it a 3rd and 2 here. Hofstra will stay in the tackle over, just flip it the other direction, and Strickland takes a toss play and has a big hole here off the left side. And it's a very nice run for Strickland out to the 48-yard line. That will be a 1st down for Hofstra. Then again, another handoff for Strickland here on 1st down, but he picks up just 1 yard. Hofstra remains committed to handing the ball off to their running backs, even though it is ineffective 90% of the time. This time they run a jet sweep motion into a QB power, and it does not go anywhere. It's going to be 3rd and 8 now. Another 3rd and long here as Hofstra keeps putting themselves in these not exactly advantageous situations. Jarvis tries to throw one over the middle to McLawler, and that's going to be incomplete as he is unable to grab that one. Now it's 4th and 8, and Hofstra's going to go for it here as they're down 2 touchdowns midway through the 3rd quarter. Jarvis takes the snap on 4th and 8, throws over the middle, leads his receiver a little too far. The linebacker is able to come off of the drag and get back on the slant behind it and undercut it and intercept it. Just not a good throw there by Jarvis. Inaccurate. Didn't put enough speed on it. And so on their first drive of the game, Hofstra throws an interception. Southern Miss will take over, already up 14 at midfield. Rodemaker drops back on 1st down and eventually gets rid of it on a drag route, and that's going to be a 9-yard gain for Southern Miss now. Now with the double A gap look here, Hofstra showing blitz on 1st down, and they do blitz. Handoff, no, it's play action. And that throw to the left side is going to be out of bounds as the receiver could not get a foot in. It will be 3rd and 1 now. Let's see if Hofstra can make a stand here on 3rd and 1. Rodemaker takes the snap, hands off up the middle, and just barely gets the 1st down as Hofstra was there to meet him, but it will be marked as a 1st down for Southern Miss. Tough break there for Hofstra. They were hoping to get off the field. Now on 1st down, 4-yard gain on the handoff to 0 on the stretch play off the left side. Southern Miss is again heading into scoring territory to make this deficit even larger as they hand this one off the right side now, but they pick up just 2 yards. Looked like the power read give. Hofstra again going to show blitz in the double A gap look here. Empty set for Southern Miss as Rodemaker fumbles as he gets hit and fumbles. And Chase Freeman is able to pick it up. Sorry, no, that was not Chase Freeman. That was none other than Bubba Van Claiborne on the fumble recovery, coming up with the turnover 2 weeks in a row. And now we throw a wheel route to CJ Peaks, or a fade route rather, to CJ Peaks, who goes up and makes a phenomenal contested catch there. And just like that, Hofstra's back in business off the turnover and the big pass play. Now they swing this one out to Strickland on the RPO read, who's able to pick up 5 yards before he gets tackled. Now Hofstra again in the go-go formation with 2 running backs to Jarvis's right. Jarvis making changes at the line of scrimmage. And now he takes the snap, throws this one out to Strickland on an out route, and he's able to pick up just 2 yards. It'll now be 3rd down and 3. Hofstra again stays in the go-go formation. This time, Jarvis throws a bubble screen out to the left side, and Foreman is going to be hit immediately. That'll be incomplete as the ball is knocked away from him. It's now 4th and 3, and Jarvis brings his receiver in a orbit motion, throws a screen out to him, and he's got tons of space. And that'll be a 9-yard gain as Hofstra is able to manufacture an easy conversion there on 4th and 3. And now in the same formation again, Jarvis will send his receiver in an orbit motion. This time they will dump it off on the RPO to McLawler, who's got a little room to run, but not too much as he can't break a tackle and will be tackled for just a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 now, trips to the boundary side here. And open receiver there over the middle on a slant route for Jarvis, but the ball does not get there in time. Again, kind of lobbed that one up a little bit, and the receiver gets hit as the ball arrives, and the ball falls incomplete. Now a 3rd and 8 bubble screen out to CJ, or Scooter Page rather, and Page does not get far. And that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter here, as Hofstra and Southern Miss do not score at all there in that 3rd quarter. The score remains 21-7. Hofstra has negative rushing yards on the day, and Southern Miss is averaging over 3 yards per play more than they are. But this one's not entirely hopeless, as they still have a shot here, as they are heading in to score on 4th and 6, hopefully. However, on 4th down, trying to find the wheel route to the running back, it does not go well at all, as that ball is intercepted. Southern Miss will take over at the 7-yard line now as Hofstra turns the ball over in the red zone on 4th down. Now on 1st down, Rodemaker drops back, gets hit as he looks to throw, as perhaps is a bit of a blessing in disguise for Hofstra, that interception, as that moved Southern Miss back closer to their own end zone. And here on 2nd down, they bring a blitz, and Kobe Garland gets into the backfield again. This time he gets a sack, and it's going to be a safety for Hofstra. So it's now 21-9 there on this strange turn of events. And Hofstra will get the ball back with the free kick, as they will be set up now at the 39-yard line off of that 2-point play there. It's now 21-9 on the safety. And immediately, Jarvis has a receiver open downfield. That's Foreman, who jumps up to get it. That allows the defender to come back, but that is a huge catch, as Foreman is down there at the 23-yard line. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, Hofstra is back in business. They go read option on 1st down for a loss of 5 yards. Here on 2nd and 14 now, Jarvis lines up in the Bryles formation with the receivers out wide toward the sideline. And he's going to rip a fade route to the tight end, McLawler, who gets behind the defense somehow because he's not fast at all, and he's like a 62 overall, but he makes an awesome catch in the end zone for a touchdown. And Hofstra's right back in it now, as they're an extra point away from making it 21-16, as they do just that. And man, this team is not good at all, but some of these kids come up big time and make some huge plays for us every now and then. Now kicking this one off here in the start of the 4th quarter now, with just 5 minutes left in this one. Hofstra has come all the way back from down 21-0 to make this 21-16 now. Southern Miss has to respond here now as Tate Rodemaker comes back out. And Rodemaker throws to the right side, and they pick up 5 yards here on 1st down. Now on 2nd down, Rodemaker back to the line. Hofstra trying to put proper numbers in place to stop the run, and they are able to do that as they get him for a loss of 2 yards. It'll now be 3rd and 7. Now on 3rd and 7, Rodemaker takes the snap, looks around the field. Freeman is clogging up some throwing windows. Looked like he wanted to go in that direction, but nobody was there. And Hofstra's able to get in for a sack, and it's now 4th and 16. They're going to get the ball back here with a chance to take the lead. So Southern Miss punts this one away to Tyson, who fields it at about the 41-yard line, and he's tackled right there. They'll mark it at the 42, and that's where Hofstra will set up shop with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this one. Hofstra runs the wingback dive to Keontae Tyson, and that'll be a loss of 2 yards, as again, the running game just not working at all for this team today. But here, Hofstra goes slow mesh, and they hand this one off to Freeman, who's got a nice hole, and he picks up 10 yards there. I'll make it 11, as it'll now be 3rd and 1. And I think I could take a guess as to what Hofstra's going to run here. Yes, they do. They go QB blast, and Xavier Jarvis is able to push forward for a 1st down. Now they come back in the empty quads look. They're going to run a little tunnel screen over the middle, but Southern Miss is all over that. That will just go for a gain of 2. Now it's 2nd and 8, and Hofstra has to start thinking about the clock here. They need a touchdown. They don't want to leave too much time. Go jet sweep here to Williamson out of the tackle over formation. He cuts through a huge hole on the left side and rubbles down to the 25-yard line. Now it's 1st and 10. Play clock winding down for Hofstra. Finally gets the snap off with 3 seconds left and throws the bubble screen out to Scooter Page, who cuts behind a blocker and is able to push forward for a 1st down. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Now coming out of the 2-minute warning, Hofstra again in the tackle over formation. They go read option, and Southern Miss is all over that. And that won't get them anywhere. Now 2nd and 13 here with under 1:30 left. Looks like this will be the last try for Hofstra, as that pass is incomplete as Jarvis is hit as he throws there. Might have had a man on the drag, couldn't get it out. It's now 3rd and 13 for Hofstra. Jarvis in an empty set throws this one over the middle. He's got Peaks, who just cannot hold on. That would have been a huge catch. Hofstra really needed that one. But Peaks just got hit as he received the ball, and the ball got knocked out of his hands. So now it's going to be 4th and 13. This could be the game here, though Hofstra has all their timeouts. Jarvis sends his running back in a swing motion. Throws this corner route up to CJ Page. That ball is incomplete, but there is a flag down. But the camera focuses in on Page, so it looks like it's going to be offensive pass interference. It is indeed against CJ Page. Southern Miss will decline that, and they will take over on downs. Just an absolutely ridiculous call by the ref. Just absolute horse manure. I mean, what is this guy watching? Highway robbery. Just an absolute shame to take an opportunity away from these kids that they worked so hard for. Just absolutely terrible. I'm sure Mike Francesa is going to be animated in his post-game press conference if they go on to lose this one, because that was just absolutely ridiculous by these referees. I mean, give me a break. The refs must want to go home or something. Now on 3rd and 11, needing a stop here, they set up a screen, and he breaks a tackle and just steps out of bounds. That was a close one. Man, I would have been upset if they got that first down, but it's 4th and 5. They will have to punt here, just under a minute left, and Hofstra will have one last chance with one timeout. And Keontae Tyson fields the punt, and he's on the run. And he gets this one out to the 47-yard line, so not bad field position. 47 seconds, Hofstra needs a touchdown. They come out in the Bryles wide formation. He throws one up down the sideline. Looking for CJ Peaks. Ball is underthrown, swatted up in the air, and intercepted. And unfortunately, when it matters most, these kids just couldn't make the plays. They had their opportunities, but Southern Miss is going to win this one as it's victory formation. They take a kneel. They will run out this clock. And that'll do it here from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Unfortunately, Mike Francesa could not make Brett Favre cry today. Sometimes life is just not just. And Southern Miss will get the win here. Hofstra will fall to 3 and 3. And we'll go down now to our sideline reporter who's with Mike Francesa in the locker room. Take it away. All right, I'm here with Mike Francesa. Mike, what did you think of the play call on that second to last drive there on the 4th down?
You know that I don't put a lot of stake in play calls. I think play calls are overrated in most times. I think that specific play calls, in the grand scheme of things, often are not as important as people make them. There are exceptions.
That's interesting. So what did you think of the pass interference call on that play against Scooter Page?
That was the dumbest, most ridiculous, no excuse, no alibi, no reason to do what they did. It is inconceivable that they did what they did.
Whoa, 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 Mike. Those refs are trying their best. Don't you think you're overreacting a little bit?
That was the single worst big moment call in the history of sports.
I mean, I guess it's unfortunate, but the team did have other chances to win the game. I mean, you did get another drive there at the end after that.
None of it matters.
All right, blaming the refs it is, I guess. Well, hopefully your team has better luck next week. Anyway, tough loss for Hofstra in this one. As we look at the rushing yards here, we did at least finish with a team total of +2 rushing yards. We did get back out of the negative. And it seems like we will have a bit of a quarterback controversy until Tyler Olsen gets back. As we have seen some good things out of both players, we will have a decision to make going forward who we are going to start until Olsen is healthy again. And how about the game from Chase Freeman getting 1.5 sacks, 7 tackles, 2 TFLs. Kobe Garland with the sack in the end zone for the safety. The defense did come up big. As you see, Olsen has 3 weeks left. Georgia Southern's up next. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did. I'll see you next time. Thank you.